Hey guys, what a shame. European Union reports don come talk say Nigerian police left those who attacked voters during 2023 elections. But you know what they did? They detained journalists who was covering irregularities. You see, thank God for social media, because up to today, INEC and APC, they are still saying that election was the best in the history of Nigeria. Everything that happened during that election, Nigerians, they post them. So the world saw what happened. Even when they claim, said the election was the best so far. That election was like, it be like child's play. You understand? But it's not shocking. They'd already planned what they want to do, and they succeeded. But for you to come and tell us that election was free and fair, that is just the worst part of it. When I don't do what I do finish, you go just keep quiet. But for you to come and say that election was perfect, that election was transparent, you go come be like say na moon now we not see wetin happen. Well, let's quickly hit the news and get the full details. But before then, guys, if you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you. Nigerian police left those who attacked voters during 2023 elections but detained journalists who was covering irregularities, European Union reports. The European Union report said it was sad that in some cases the police detained journalists who documented irregularities but not the attacker. The European Union Election Observation Mission has decried the Nigerian police inaction, which fueled impunity during the 2023 general elections. The EU report said it was sad that in some cases the police detained the journalists who documented irregularities but not the attacker. The EU stated that in its final report on the 2023 general election, which was submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) on Monday, according to the report, media workers were left vulnerable and prone to attacks, while the security agencies watch or even collaborate with attackers, a development they said was despicable. The report stated law enforcement agencies failed to prosecute persons who attacked, intimidate, harassed, or obstructed journalists prior to, on, and after both election days. The UN EOM observers confirmed multiple incidents involving media. Several attacks occurred in plain sight of the police, and in some cases, the police detained the journalists who documented irregularities, but not the attacker. It clearly evidenced the absence of actual practices for protection of media practitioners. The report noted that impunity encouraged by police inaction was detrimental to freedom of expression, more so when independent and trusted outlets were targeted. The EU observation mission, however, recommended for adequate protection of freedom of expression by developing a comprehensive operational framework underpinned by the skills and means for ensuring prompt investigation and protection of all types of attacks against media practitioners. The group also observed that electoral body lack the institutional capacity for enforcement efforts and maintain election campaigns, adding that accounts for the high level impunity with which governors restricted opposition's political parties from campaigning in their states. Citing the Electoral Act 2022, Section 92, 2 in brackets, which prohibits the use of state apparatus to the advantage or disadvantage of any political party or candidate. The group stated, despite clear provision of the law, nevertheless, there was an unequal access to public venues and various forms of outdoor advertising due to governors restricting campaign opportunities of opponents. It's added the EU observation, electoral mission observers also noted that some governors imposed campaign rules which were more restrictive than INEC regulations and undertook executive actions imposing pressure on civil servants and stakeholders incumbent exclusively use state resources for campaign purposes. It, however, observed that the electoral body reserved various campaign guidelines, including for parties and candidates, when it lacked the institutional capacity for enforcement. The report therefore recommended for the establishment of a robust and effective monitoring and sanctioning mechanism by the electoral body to curtail abuse of incumbency, including obstructions and interference by state-level authorities. On the election financing, the report noted that lack accountability for parties, candidates, and third parties is in the absence of a requirement for traceability of funds to source. The EU EOM report recommended for promotion of transparency and accountability in campaigns finances by introducing a mandatory requirement on political parties, candidates, and third parties to operate pre-notified dedicated bank accounts for donations, revenues, and spending subject to clear rules of accounting, reporting, and public displeasure before or during and after campaigns, with robust sanctions for non-compliance. It noted that with that issue of vote buying would be reduced. What a shame. What a disgrace. I'm dropping it here, guys. Kindly share your thoughts below the comment section. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not. Thank you.